2, 3, 4.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. On this, our 117th episode of the Good Morning Guys podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we discuss the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and play. Hanging out with me tonight, we got the judge, jury, and executioner of fake news and spoilers, Patrick Novosel.
Sup, guys?
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question before we get started.
Okay.
What is the right ratio? Now, Lucas, I talked to you about this last week, but I think it was, what is the right ratio between peanut butter and jelly on your jelly sandwiches or PB&J? Is it 50-50 for you? 75-30? 80-50?
I like a solid 50-50. It's got to be grape jelly, though.
I would probably go actually 80-20.
With the peanut butter?
With the peanut butter being the 80.
My
Whoa.
man.
Yeah.
Peanut butter needs to have the advantage because
That's a
it
peanut
is
butter
the
sandwich with
superior. It is the superior spread. It's first in the list, PB&J. It has 2 of the 3 letters. Therefore, it must have majority rules.
That's scientific right there.
Yep.
Exactly.
Lucas fact.
Do you guys like just peanut butter sandwiches, though?
Oh, heck
Oh,
no.
Would you just
no.
eat like
No,
just
no,
a peanut
no.
Do I
butter
want to
sandwich?
sit there like a dog, like licking the roof of my mouth for
I'll
20 minutes?
I'll eat a peanut butter sandwich.
Man, I feel like an 80-20 like peanut butter jelly sandwich. That is a peanut butter
It
sandwich.
is. That's encroaching on the old sticky lips.
But
Now, follow-up question. Do you have the peanut butter on the top or the bottom when you eat it? Or does it matter?
to me,
I like to put it on both and sandwich in.
Oh.
Yeah, you put it on the top and the bottom, and then just the jelly in the middle.
So how do
Now-
you figure out, do your 50-50 with that?
Oh, I don't figure that out. I mean, if I had my choice to get a 50-50, like I would do it, but you know, I'm just there for the fast food. really.
He opens up the jar and he just dips the bread into the peanut butter and the jelly.
I just
slaps
bring
That
both
bread
out
is
to the
just going to
couch.
fall apart.
balls it up
Peanut
like a
butter
piece
jar.
of paper.
Catholic
and eats
way, huh?
and he eats it like an apple.
Yeah.
What are you eating over there?
No,
A
actually,
PB&J roll?
Actually, I don't even make peanut butter and jellies. I buy those little uncrustable sandwiches
Nice.
because they're the
Oh.
best.
Now,
about-
the giant ones or the mini ones?
Well, are there giant ones?
Oh, yes. They're
Like
awesome.
how big is that? Like I'm
Like
thinking
twice
this.
as big.
Okay, no, I'm talking about the regular ones.
Now here's the follow-up question to your follow-up question.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to the darkest depths of food eating and bought the PB&J swirl jar where it's mixed together?
I always wanted to try that.
I haven't tried that one either.
That's like the Long John Silver's
It was horrible. Wasn't
PB&J jars. It has to be.
You can't get your ratio if you're going that
Yeah,
way.
if you're using a knife, I mean, what are you supposed to use a spoon with that?
Well, one is stored cold and one is stored hot. Or not hot, but room temperature.
You could store them both cold though.
You could, but to me, PB has to be room temperature.
So
It
I
should
like
not be
my
cold.
PB&J's actually like slightly on the frozen side. Those little Uncrustables. I don't let
Oh,
them thaw
really?
out all the way, and I eat
never-
it like a little bit frozen.
Well, you got to be careful because if you thaw it out all the way, it could get like moist, and that's not the way I want to eat my PB&J.
That's true.
That does sound gross.
Anywho,
So how about those intros, Lucas?
carry on.
That's right. Yeah, the one who asked me about the intros, he's the man with music in his heart, Christmas music in his heart, Doctor Who on his brain, and La Coretta in his old stomacho. That is a one and only Marc Boucher. All right, little Christmas halo music.
Do you get what I'm doing here?
Halo?
Happy birthday, Halo.
So it's episode 117, which is the call number of Master Chief.
I think I've played every Halo game. I would have never even known that.
Trivia.
It was a
I
good effort,
lost.
Mark. Sorry, man.
Mark fact.
Yeah,
Your
that's a good one.
gamer cards are in serious jeopardy right now.
I never
I'll tell
had
you what,
an
I bought an
Xbox gamer
Xbox.
card.
I bought an Xbox Series S. I have not turned it on in 2 weeks. I bought it 2 weeks ago.
What in the world did you even buy?
Because the PlayStation 5 is so much better.
Well, the PlayStation 5 has more games to play.
Yes.
What?
New
What are you
games.
talking about? Yeah, Xbox has got the good old Game Pass deal. You got
New.
thousands of games. at your
Yeah, you can
fingertips.
play
New
OG Xbox games now.
Sweet, and all their polygonalness and beauty. It's like a PB&J in your hands and face and eyes. All day
Yeah,
long.
I like my my PlayStation and my Xbox ratio to be just like my PB&J, 80-20.
Well done.
Even I scroll
Well
through
done,
the Game
sir.
Pass on Xbox, and I'm like, no, these games suck. I don't want to play any of these.
But that's how you found your Enter the Gungeon, right? Or did you just
No,
buy it?
that was on the Switch.
Look at that. You just found a gem.
Yeah, I found it. Actually, my buddy bought it, and we couldn't figure it out, but it looked cool, so I decided I was going to buy it and figure it out.
Beautiful.
And that guy right there, buying and figuring it out, he is the volleyball and beast of the East, who can make you laugh in 3 words or less, or your money back. Ronnie Johantges.
That was a nice transition right there. That was smooth.
Have you ever had to give people their money back?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for mine. Check
Money
in the
back for
mail.
what?
Jeez.
No. We owe him money.
That was 4 words.
Did not make me laugh.
Yep.
1
that's
out of
right.
5.
All right. I'm the Brazilian mountaineer and transition ninja, Lucas Ham Swisher. And that's it. That is the intro. It only took 7 minutes.
Sorry.
Best one yet. Speaking of sorry, Patrick, tell us about how you're doing,
Ugh.
my friend.
Jeez.
Gross.
That's
It's
intense.
a horrible transition.
I threw the plop up in the air and it splattered.
Yeah, the plop hit
All
the
over
fan
the
and
place.
it's all over. There's crap everywhere.
Rewind. Speaking of PB&J that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, we're already done with that
You're
conversation.
Let's
trying to
talk
mop
about-
this
We don't
mess
need to go
up.
back to
I
that.
don't
Let's
like the
talk
fact
about-
that we just went from crap to PB&J.
He's trying
Let's
to
talk
mop
about
this up
your
now.
life ratios. What's new news? What's new with you?
Yeah, so speaking of plops, so 2 weeks ago got laid off from my job.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, just like rocked my world. So the past couple weeks been just getting my resume together, applying for jobs, trying to figure all that out. It's been okay, for the first day, like when that happened, I got a family, kids, house, wife, all that stuff. And I did not know, like, I'm the breadwinner. My wife stays home. She takes care of the kids. So when I'm out of a job, what am I going to do? So for that first day, I had no idea what was going on. And then to come to find out the following day that I got a nice little severance package where I get 6 months of pay. I do have a little bit of time to figure everything out, to find a job that is suited for me. So yeah, it sucks. So
Yeah, totally.
It's awful, especially around the holidays. But looking on the bright side of things, I've never really had a holidays with the family before. I'm always working, mostly around the holidays, and I usually, since I've been in leadership, I've allowed my team and my teams to take the time off so they could be with their family, and I could just continue to work because I felt like that's the least I can do for my team. So I'm home for Thanksgiving. Usually I'm working the day after the Thanksgiving. It's the first time I haven't worked the day after Thanksgiving in 5-6 years. So it was nice not having to worry about work. And with Christmas coming up, if I haven't found a job by then, I'll still be home with the family. The Christmas break with the kids not having school, it'll be nice to be home with them. So silver lining in a lot of those things. So, but yeah, still just looking for the job, which leads me to all the other stuff that I've been doing. I've been playing a lot of video games. I've been watching a lot of movies and TV. I have a lot of time on my hands. So it's Christmas time, and there is this little known movie called Fat Boy that came out.
Fatman?
Fatman. That's
That's
right.
like Fat Boy. Is that the prequel when he's a teenager?
It's a prequel. Yeah. So Fatman, it's a story of Santa Claus, and it is a different take on it. It's more realistic take on Santa Claus. So it's modern day, and there are more and more kids that are on the naughty list, and there are more and more companies that are outsourcing all of their toy making. So he's had a lot of contracts with a lot of companies, and that's how he's been making a lot of his money. And more companies are outsourcing, so his income has been reduced a lot. So, like that's what the basis of the story. And then there's this kid who is, he's a bad kid. He knows like hitmen, like a real hitman.
Yeah,
and
that's normal.
One year he got coal for Christmas, so he asked the hitman to take out Santa Claus, and that's the plot of the story. The story is I don't know, real. It's not a kid movie. It's all like, I don't know if you've ever seen a Santa Claus movie that was not for kids. I don't know if I've seen one. I mean, like
Bad
PG-13, PG-13. I guess, but that was like he was dressing up as Santa Claus. This is the Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's true.
So there was killing. It was. I had an awesome time with it. I had a fantastic time with it because it was a fresh take on the whole Santa Claus story. New modern day. Why is Santa like not giving out Christmas presents like he used to? Because all these kids are naughty now. So yeah, it was Mel Gibson was the Santa Claus. The main villain, I can't remember off the top of my head who his name was, but he's been in other movies. He was the hitman. I
recognize him, but I don't remember his name either.
Yeah, but this movie was fun. It was interesting. It was a serious, suspenseful kind of movie because you watch this hitman go across the country trying to track down this Santa Claus. So it was interesting to watch, and I had a good time. I would seriously, if you are into getting a fresh take on Santa Claus movies, and you don't mind a rated R movie, this is I would suggest this. I was way better. I had my expectations for this movie was super super low, and I think that's why I was pleasantly surprised by this movie.
Is this a new movie?
Yeah, 2020 came out
a couple weeks ago,
last month.
Yeah.
So I watched that. I watched the Man Who Killed Hitler, and then the Bigfoot. I watched that one as well.
Instant classic.
Was not as good as Fatman.
I don't imagine. So when we talked about it a couple weeks ago, you hadn't seen it. You just knew about it.
I hadn't seen it. It was on Hulu. So, and I have Hulu, so I checked it out.
There you go.
Yeah. So I watched that. I watched The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. That was interesting. Ronnie, I don't know if you've seen that one before or heard about it.
I haven't, but I have actually considered watching it. I've watched like the previews for it. It looks kind of cool.
It's all about chess.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah. And this woman, she's like comes from a family that is,
it's also back in like the 20s or something, isn't it? Or
no, it's in the 60s, the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Yeah, and it goes, and this girl who's just like a whiz at chess right away, and then she just you watch her grow up, and her goal is to become the best chess player in the world, and so you see her journey through all that, and the things that she does because of her broken family that she had grown up on. It was interesting, but I watched that in one day.
Nice,
because I had nothing else to do. Yeah. So I watched that. It was a 98% match for me on Netflix. 98%. I'm like, well, I guess I'll check it out. And yeah, I liked it. I gave it a thumbs up.
Nice.
And then on the gaming front, I played a ton of games. Miles Morales, platinum that. Bug Snacks. That was a fun game. It was more. There were more puzzles in that game than I thought there would be. Like, it was tough. Like, I thought this was going to be a kid's game. Clark had some struggles with this.
Yeah.
There was you had to like think outside the box with a lot of these puzzles. Like sometimes I'd go up to a puzzle, like you'd have to take down a certain bug. I don't know if I talked about Bug Snacks before or not.
You did.
But okay. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough to get the platinum on that. So I got that. Nice. And now Clark and I have moved on to Sackboy. a big adventure.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a co-op game up to 4 players, local co-op. They haven't done an online co-op yet. I think that's going to be coming out later this month or maybe next year. But the local co-op, Clark and I have been playing that. It's like a 3D Mario Astrobot kind of platformer. Each one has certain orbs that you have to collect for that level, and all these different costume pieces. It's really, really fun. Clark is a master at it. There's times where you have like 5 lives per level, and we share those lives. And there's times where I die and he finishes a level while I'm still dead. That's how good he is at this game. Which is kind of, I'm like, yes, it's kind of.
There you go.
When I left you, I was but a learner. Now I am the master.
I'm like, nice, Clark. Way to go. So we've been playing that. There's 5 worlds. We're on world 4. We just hit world 4 tonight. I think if I would have played this by myself, I probably would have platinumed it already or gotten close to platinuming it. But with him, like, he wants to get every single orb, every single costume piece, all the secrets, everything. Like, he's like, what's the next trophy? He asks. That's what he's like. How far until I get the next trophy? So he is
man after Lucas's own heart.
Let me tell you, it's funny. It's funny, Patrick, that you bring that up, because this week my kids have been stepping up their game, and they were like, Dad, we need to set up a Minecraft world where we just earn trophies. And I'm like, oh, all right. I don't know if you know what you're getting yourself into, but we can try it. Now I lasted 5 minutes, and I was like,
give them
nope,
my name is Mayo. Give them that. They'll get the platinum right away.
No. They gotta earn their stripes before they jump into that. They can't be getting those baby games under their belt.
Yeah, so we're rolling through Sackboy. I think we have like 9 or 10 more trophies left, and those are like just play the game, and you'll get them naturally. So that's fun. And then on the book front,
what?
We've never done a book front before.
We gotta add books to this? I don't think that's gonna. This
might be the first and last time.
Yeah.
There's a book front. I read Ready Player 2 this past week, and I read Ready Player 1 like right before the movie came out, and I really enjoyed the book. The movie was different enough to where it was a different enough experience where you can separate the two. So I read Ready Player 1 a few years ago. Now Ready Player 2 came out, and I'm really excited because I like that world. And this book took forever to get started. The plot was awful. The characters were ruined for me.
Oh, really?
My expectations for this book were high. You know, on going to Fatman, expectations are low, and I liked it. Expectations were high for Ready Player 2. And it just let me down. I really did not like the way the Ernest Cline had written the characters and written the plot. I'm just like when I'm watching a movie or a game or playing a game and something happens that I think is ridiculous. Like, I'll call it out, and that's what I did while I'm reading the book. I'm like, what? There is a point where for 50 pages, we're leading up to something, and. There's 2 parts. There's like 2 battles that are about to happen. The first battle, he gets knocked down, and then he says he wakes up, and the first battle's already over. And I'm like, what? We led for 50 pages up to this, and half the battle you slept through? Like, seriously? So I was pretty bummed about that. Like, I felt like it was lazy writing. Some of the things that Ernest Cline had written, they were not even in the book. They're like, oh, this happened. And I'm like, what? Why didn't we? That's something that I want to read about, but it wasn't in the book. So, and the ending was, I don't want to say, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it was not to my expectation. I was entirely disappointed with it. If they do a movie with this, I hope it's just like the first one where they did the movie where it was different enough to where it was a different experience. I hope that he takes the feedback, or the whatever movie studio takes the feedback, and they change it to make it better, because this was not a good book for me.
That's too bad. That's a bummer.
Yeah. I liked his other 2 books, Ready Player 1, Armada, and then Ready Player 2. I would rank them in that order.
Okay.
So
That's a
No
bummer.
I was pretty bummed. Yeah, I was pretty bummed about that. But yeah, that's 2 weeks right there. Sorry it took so long.
It's all good. We knew you wanted to get that out, and we love you, man. And we were all bummed to hear. I was heartbroken. Like when you wrote me, I thought you were joking. I'm like, what is he? Yeah, it's a terrible joke to just write that to someone. And I was like, I was just hurting for you, man. But
I appreciate that.
God provides, and I know that you're walking forward in faith. And it really warms my heart to hear you say, just to talk about how these holidays are now an opportunity to spend time with your family and make the most. Life gives you lemons. Make that old lemonade. And
I mean, I'll find something eventually. I know I will.
Yeah,
it was
sure.
just tough news.
I'm glad you got
definitely.
that severance package, because that's a huge weight, and it gives you more space for sure to think about what you want to do next. So that's a big blessing.
From what I understand, don't they offer like programs and stuff too to also like assist you in like helping find a job?
Yeah, so they have a company that they had us get in touch with where we're doing like Zoom calls, resume building, resume writing, things like that, getting ready for interviews. What else? Updating LinkedIn, things like that, just to help us be ready for when we apply. And then they also give us a coach where one-on-one we'll sit down together and we'll go over these things. So we'll not only do them in a group, we also do them one-on-one, so we get more dedicated time.
That's cool.
So yeah, it does help.
Yep, definitely. How about you, Mark? What is new with you?
Oh, it has been a week for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to tell you about it.
The beard fell out.
Yeah, it fell out a little bit. Actually, quite a bit.
Beard fell
Lost it in your travels. Someone stole it from you while you were asleep.
Yep. They thought I was Santa, or at least a fake Santa. He tried to pull my beard. He pulled a little too much. How dare they? Yeah, so it's been an interesting week. If you remember everything I was talking about last week about how we were going on a trip, the coming weekend we were supposed to go on a trip after Thanksgiving with my wife's family and all of that, into the mountains and all of that. Well, that was thrown into jeopardy as and not the fun kind. Yeah.
That was Jeopardy music.
Yes, I got it. As we found out Tuesday morning that my mother-in-law, she woke up with a fever and a sore throat and all that, and we're like, oh no. So immediately, Kristen and I set up to go get tested. Of course, we went into quarantine right after that, so my vacation started a little way earlier than I thought it was going to, because basically from Tuesday on I was out of work when normally I was supposed to be off starting Thursday. So 2 extra days. But yeah, so test comes back on Friday for both of us, comes back negative. And the thing was, like, my mother-in-law, she got tested and all that kind of stuff, and I think they gave her some antibiotics in case it wasn't COVID, and she had the fever and the sore throat and some congestion for like a day, and it was gone the next day. And so it seemed to have worked with the antibiotics and ibuprofen. So I'm like, that's not COVID then, because antibiotics are not supposed to work with COVID. If that was the case, this would not be an issue. Basically,
this would be great. Honestly.
Yes. So we're like, okay, this is not COVID, but so we'll just go ahead and plan to go ahead and go. And then we got our test results back Friday, and they were negative. I'm like, okay, this is looking like everybody's going to be in the clear. And so we get 30 minutes out from the cabin, and we find out that my mother-in-law tested positive.
Oh,
and
geez.
it's like, no.
That's rough.
And this was like a 4-hour trip. So, but the doctor told her, as long as you have been without a fever for over 24 hours, then you are not contagious. That is what the doctor told her. And so we're like,
Is that true?
that's what they said.
Wow.
And so we made the decision, like, okay, we'll go ahead and go, but if she starts relapsing and spiking, then we're going to leave. And so we were able to go and stayed the whole weekend. And for my job, we actually have to get tested. Since my mother-in-law tested positive, we have to get tested twice. And so I got tested again on Friday, and it came back today, and it was negative. So I'm clear to go back to work tomorrow. So
Yep.
Nice.
and my mother-in-law still has not had a fever. She feels great today. So I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there. We've been talking about, like the fact that, there's been false positives.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of scratching our heads wondering if she got a false positive. I don't know. But that just seemed like it went away real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel fine. Kristen feels fine. Like I said, I've tested negative. So going back to work tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes.
All right.
But yeah, it was nice to, even though we went to the mountains, we still kind of quarantined. We just stayed at the cabin. We didn't go shopping. We didn't go to restaurants or anything like that. Just to be cautious, just to be safe. And so we just hung out and watched movies and ordered takeout and stuff instead of going out to the restaurants. Saturday was Kristen's birthday, so we celebrated her birthday as it was Ronnie's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
This past Saturday. So got to celebrate with her with some cake and ice cream and all that. On the gaming front, been obviously playing some Apex and also been playing some Miles Morales. Even though I beat the campaign, I'm gonna say it tentatively right now.
Huh?
I am going for the platinum.
Yes.
Really?
You got the Clark fever.
So
Clark fever.
is that what it's called now? Okay. I think I'm about 90% completed.
Oh, goodness. Good.
Yeah. The only thing, and I guess it's really not that bad, is I still have I think I have half the bases left to do, like the Roxxon and the underground bases.
Mm-hmm.
That I have to do, and then I don't think I've done any of the Spider-Man challenges and stuff. And then after that, I think I have to beat the game on New Game Plus.
Okay.
And then I think that's it after that.
Nice.
Because
Okay.
I think, I still have the caches to pick up, but that's not that bad. Yeah, I think I've gotten far enough to where I think I'm gonna try to go for the platinum.
Might as well.
Yeah.
All right. Very nice.
I've been having a lot of fun going around in this world, and there's still stuff even after I beat the campaign. Still nice little nuggets here and there that I run into, so that's been awesome. And speaking, Patrick, of Sackboy,
Yeah.
so I am officially announcing December's GMG Game of the Month is Sackboy, A Big Adventure.
Nice.
Got him.
Got him. So we'll be starting this Saturday at 9 p.m., streaming every Saturday night, playing through the game. and that will surely be a palate cleanser for me after Ghost Hunter.
Definitely. Oh my gosh. It's going to be a total 180.
You better watch out. Patrick didn't tell you, but on the third world, there's a giant tower with laser beams coming out of it that spin around.
And scratch that. Deleted.
No, I think that's in the second world.
That's in every world, actually. It's the end boss of every level.
All right, so December's new GMG Game of the Month game is not
My name is
Sackboy.
My name is
Mayo.
Mayo.
1 and 2.
But yeah, that's been pretty much my week. Ronnie.
Sweet. Well, Ronnie, before you go ahead,
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Because we want to save the birthday boy for last.
I see. Well, then Lucas, go right ahead.
If you know what I mean. I'm winking. I don't know why. All right. So,
You should stop.
If you catch my drift.
if you catch
If you know what I'm talking
old
about.
drift,
If you
laying
get
it
what
on
I'm
pretty thick.
saying.
I'm laying it on like 80% PB and 20% J. All right.
Nice call.
So, gaming and streaming is alive and well in the Swisher household, especially since last week we quarantined just to be safe. Mindy had felt a little bit of a dry throat, coughing. She didn't have any fever, but we just decided to be safe because as I had mentioned last week, there were a few cases actually in the school that we're a part of, and so there was some, a chance of being in the same room as people and all that jazz. So we just kind of wanted to play it safe. So we quarantined last week, and but Mindy's fine now for the most part. All the school has not gone back to 100% normal, but they've gone back to hybrid classes, childcare. All the teachers are on campus and all that stuff. So we're looking to have a normal 3 weeks leading up to Christmas break. So speaking of Christmas break, the 9th edition of I'm Getting Too Old for This Stuff is now upon us. Starting with the good news, as Ronnie loves to hear the good news first. Not really. For the first time in probably the history of being a parent, I'm going to say for the first time in the history of Christmas shopping, I have finished my Christmas shopping before Thanksgiving.
Whoa.
Never
What?
happened. Minus the stocking stuffers, I will say. I do have to get some, candies and stuff to throw in the old stockings. But yeah,
2020 is a weird year. Might as well
weird.
keep it going.
And I'm like, I went to the mall a couple times, sneaking to the mall without my family around and like walking around. I'm like, I'm good. We're covered. I got it all good to go, minus the stocking stuffers. So that was pretty cool. However, on Thanksgiving Day, I did some last minute grocery shopping Thanksgiving morning, and it took 4 stores for me to find vanilla.
Vanilla?
You'd think it's
like vanilla ice
like
cream?
extract.
No, vanilla extract.
Yeah, vanilla extract, because you got to have that for pumpkin pie and all those good things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was something, and I did not enjoy myself. However, once my wife made the pumpkin pie, and I ate probably half of it, it was all worth it. It was so good.
Is that your thing, like pumpkin
So
pie?
very good. I love pumpkin pie. Like,
That's why you went to 4 stores?
and I go, yeah, pretty much.
There's not a pie out there for me.
Yeah,
I'm
well.
going to 4 stores for this.
Now,
for sure.
I probably do 60-40, 60% whipped cream and then 40% pie.
So I don't love
that's a
pumpkin
good part
pie.
of the
I
ratio.
have a piece like every other year, but I do just lather that thing in whipped cream.
Slather it. Yeah.
In Cool
So
Whip.
much.
Yep, just lather that baby up.
Now,
And
in
I had a
addition
piece
to
this
that,
year, so I'm good for another
did you?
couple years.
You're
now.
good.
Yeah.
Look at you. Mindy usually doesn't do straight up pumpkin pie. She puts usually pecans on top, does a layer of pecans, candied pecans. This year she did more of like a crumbly pecan brown sugar crust on top of it. Added a little crunch
Ooh,
along
interesting.
with the pumpkin, and then of course the slathered whipped cream. It was amazing. Like, it was a religious experience for my half that I ate, and then I let my family have the other half. I was very generous this year.
How nice of you.
Yeah. Beyond that, the streaming, as I mentioned before, Mandalorian Season 2, we are halfway through. We are definitely going to have,
on all cylinders.
on all the cylinders, we are definitely going to have a spoiler chat about that when the season finishes, but I need to say 2 things right now as we reach the halfway mark. One, if you have not started Mandalorian Season 2, or the show as a whole, you please watch or read about the Clone Wars, Rebels first. I think there are lists you can Google, like the 20 essential episodes to watch or something like that. If you have kids, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your kids to watch these animated shows because they're quality. Some say the highest quality of Star Wars, but I'm going to let you be a judge if you want to check it out. Besides that, the second thing I want to say, every time I see Baby Yoda on the screen, I grow into a pile of goo. Wink, wink. All right, moving on. Besides that,
I catch your drift. I see what you're saying.
Laying it on pretty
That
thick.
little nugget.
Yeah, nugget of stuff.
Well, this past episode, they were alluding to that Baby Yoda was going to go somewhere, and I'm like, not going to happen. They're not going to take Baby Yoda out of this show ever.
I know, right?
This is I would say half the people, if not more than half the people who watch the show, is because of Baby Yoda.
They would cancel
I think if Baby
their
Yoda
Disney.
was not.
Yeah.
If Baby Yoda was not in this show, I don't think it would be as good as it is.
They'd canceled their Disney Plus.
So question, and I'm going to be as vague as I possibly can.
Okay.
At what point is the thing that you were just alluding to no longer a spoiler, since it is?
It's a good
What
During
it
our
is.
spoiler cast, we'll do a spoiler cast and we'll talk about it.
I mean,
but
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think the end of the season, maybe a couple weeks after, maybe 2021. Just all the spoilers.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think enough people watch it
Yeah.
that
Yeah, maybe the season has to end.
It's just weird because of the nature of what it is, what the spoiler is. It's
Right.
just kind of weird to me, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I haven't decided what I want to do with the information yet because I still use, like, pre that episode, there was a certain way you would talk about characters, and I still do that. So I'm like, yeah. So I haven't gotten to that point yet where I'm ready to. It's like my son when he was born. Like before he was born,
you didn't tell anyone. You're like, I don't know. When do we tell we have a son?
Yeah, Mindy's got a basketball coming out of her. It's just like, should we tell people?
Hey guys, spoilers.
I would
We
like
have a
you to meet
7-year-old.
the Swisher.
No, but we didn't want to tell people his name before he was born. So I called him Junior, and even after he was born, I called him Junior. So. Like for probably 6 months after, and Mindy's like, "Are you ever going to call him by his name?" I'm like, maybe it'll be his birthday present when he turns.
Do you still call him Junior now?
No, I haven't called him Junior since he was a little Jabba the Hutt, wormy, chubby thing. All right. Yeah. What? Oh, you should see some pictures of him. He was like a sweaty mess. He looked like he ate like 10 pounds of bacon every day and just sweat.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was not a cute baby.
Sounds glorious.
He was not cute. He was like rolls of,
James,
you were making 10 pounds of bacon a day?
That's correct. That's how much I love my children.
Or don't.
Speaking of how much I love my children, Christmas movies in the Swisher household have also begun, and we have introduced them to the Santa Claus trilogy.
Fatman.
No, we are not introducing.
Batman Returns. I'm telling you right now.
As much
Christmas
as I'm
movie.
intrigued by Fatman, that's not going to probably happen in our household. But the Santa Claus trilogy, we started that. Amazing.
Love those.
So good.
So good.
Just as good as I remember them.
Those are good.
Like just like good old Tim Allen doing his Home Improvement voice and just his one-liners and everything. Fantastic,
Dude, we watched Christmas with the Cranks.
oh my gosh,
That movie's hilarious.
That movie.
oh, it's so funny.
I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to disrespect. Not disrespectfully.
Oh, no.
Yes, yes, I am gonna be disrespectful.
No, you can be. It's funny for all the wrong reasons.
That movie
Stupid.
sucks so bad. That the first half of that movie, I was angry.
Yeah,
I bet you were. Yeah,
Yeah.
they want you to be angry.
they do.
Like, if that was me in that situation, I would move to another state. Just saying.
Well,
You can do that if you want. I will
Apparently not in Christmas with the Cranks world.
I will never get Botox after watching that movie. They're eating at the table. They're like,
He's trying to take a drink and spit it all over everything.
yeah. We did watch a movie that actually was entertaining and funny and good, and that is Noel. It's a new Christmas movie on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. That was very entertaining. It was like Elf, but with a girl, so like a girl version. I thought it had a stronger message, and actually hit me a little bit in the feels. We really enjoyed the movie as a whole, as a family, so that was really fun.
Yeah, Ryan Straube gave pretty high praise for that movie.
He did. It definitely did not beat out Elf for me, but at the same time, I respect his choice. It definitely had a strong second half, so I really enjoyed that. On the gaming front, my children and I have finally beat Tearaway.
Nice.
Thank the Lord, hallelujah. I know I was hating on this game last week. Yeah, I did delete it. We beat it, and then the next day we spent like a couple hours getting the little trophies that we missed prior to playing. So I think that's kind of another way that my kids got a little bit of that itch to get trophies, because I introduced them to PSN profiles, and we started looking at the list of what to do to get the trophies. They're very interested. But last week I was hating on that game a little bit, and it's still way too long of a game, but it ultimately won us over because the ending was absolutely adorable. It was kind of like Telltale games where they give you like a summary of what you did, and it's pretty much the little character that you've been controlling this whole time. You've never heard its voice, and at the end it finally talks, and it kind of tells the story, and it's the most adorable little British child, this little girl, just telling you on your adventure, but from a kid's perspective. And so, I can't, there's no way I can explain it. I'm definitely not going to do like a British child's voice impression. Well, maybe I will.
And then we went to the little hill, and we saw this big monster, and it yelled at us, and I was sad.
But it was way cuter than what I just did.
That's pretty adorable, though.
I mean, I tried my best.
I'm melting over here.
Yeah, you should be. But after the 2 fake endings, we were really irritated. And after 12 hours, we were like...
After this cute girl stopped talking, we were irritated again.
No. We had been. After the 2 fake endings, we had been very irritated. And after 12 hours, we were very much like, this needs to be over. But at the end, after it gives like the summary, reminds us of what we had done, it was a really good experience. And so if you got kids, if you got the PlayStation camera, if you can download the Second Screen app, you will get a nice little experience with your kids, and it's a fun little game. So I still recommend it. It's really long, though. It's way too long for kids. For the 3rd week in a row, someone on this podcast has beaten the game Spider-Man Miles Morales. And so I'm happy to join the ranks.
Welcome.
I'm going to go ahead and say it that it is my favorite Spider-Man game.
So it beats 2018 Spider-Man.
It does.
Wow.
Pound for pound. Maybe not overall experience, but it hit me in the feels.
What does pound for pound even mean in a video game?
What does it mean?
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, it means that it's
like if they were to box, they would weigh the same?
No. It means that the game is shorter, but even though it's shorter, it packs more of a punch, I guess, like for its size. Like Spider-Man, for example, is 30 to 40 hours to play, and it gives you a lot of stuff to do. Sometimes maybe a little too much, but with Miles Morales, it's only like a 15 to 20 hour if you do everything. And so I would say that it accomplishes more in the 15 to 20 hours than Spider-Man accomplishes in its 20 to 30 hours. So
Gotcha.
I really enjoyed it. We'll definitely go into the dirty details and talk about it in our spoiler cast, hopefully in the near future. But I would give it like 11 out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
And just
nice.
turn it up.
Big time.
Whoa.
It's my favorite Miles Morales. Like, I like him better than this Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales.
Ooh.
So put those guys
Good.
up head to head.
It's high praise.
All right, last thing I'm going to tell you, I beat Overcooked today.
I saw that.
And let me
Nice.
tell you, that game is definitely meant for 2 players or more. It feels very unnatural to
Wait,
beat
did you beat the game by yourself?
I beat the whole game
the
by
end
myself.
meatball boss?
The end meatball boss. He made me very angry.
Whoa.
I lost like 4 or 5 times, and I got on YouTube and was like, okay, what are the secrets? What do I need to do to beat this? Because I would have loved to have played through this with my family, with my wife, with my kids, but they're not there yet. And so their skill level wasn't there. And so I was just like, I want to close the book. I want to reach the final chapter and just say, you know what? I saved the world. I destroyed the meatball, the giant meatball boss. And it was fun. It was very cathartic, like to just finish it and be done. It was good times.
I'm not sure I've ever played a more frustrating game than Overcooked. Goodness, that game. Especially when you're playing with your idiot friends.
Oh, yeah, and they just start cooking right? It's just like, doop. And even like I showed it to my kids because they were at school when I beat it, and they were very upset that I beat it without them. But I'm like, I couldn't handle the pressure. You guys don't help me. And so I showed them the video, and I was even getting frustrated watching myself. And I'm like, what? Pick up the hamburger. Why are you just leaving it sitting there while the pizza's cooking, and then the soup's burning, and then you got fireballs coming down, burning up the kitchen? It's like, you know what? Forget it. I'm never cooking again. I'm Uber Eats the rest of my life.
Yeah, that last level is no joke.
No, not at all. Did you beat the last level of?
We Mel and I are still on the last level. We have not beaten it yet.
Yeah.
We were one order away.
Are you serious?
Beating it. One.
Was it the salad?
I don't remember which one it was, what dish it was.
Mine was the pizza.
It was like the third time, and we got farther and farther each time.
Yep.
And at the end of that one, we're like, we're done. I can't do this anymore. I can't handle this defeat over and over again.
It's rough.
Because it's not like it's a short level either. It's like 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
And you're just like clacking away. And your hands get tired. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And we're like yelling at each other, like, go get this, go get that, get this, get that. No, all right, I'm doing it. I'm doing this. All right, get over there. Oh, and then when the
little thing spins,
they start spinning and you get stuck. You're like, well, all right, this level's done.
Guess we're just gonna stare at this.
After 14 minutes, all of it's done. We screwed up.
Yeah.
Do we want to start again? Heck no. Turn it off.
I'm done. Well, I will say by yourself, it can be some ways it can be less stressful because when you're chopping stuff, you can press the button for them to chop, and then you can leave them alone and go to the other player, like go to the other playable character.
Yeah, but they only chop for like 2 seconds.
I mean, it's longer than it's like 3.5 seconds.
Okay. All right.
All right. Enough of that. Let's get to some volleyballing and Sasquatching. Ronnie, what is new with you, birthday boy? How's it feel to be the old 32?
33.
Oh, just kidding. The old 37 and a half. All right. 33 it is.
It feels great. I don't know. I mean, I felt older than 33 before I turned 33. So
there you go. You're ahead of the game.
The truth is I feel great right now because I'm coming off of like a 2-week self-quarantine. Then there was the holidays. So I haven't played volleyball in like almost a month.
Oh man.
Which has allowed like everything just to heal up, like all the nagging injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, when I could first go back out there, like I'm going to be terrible and I'll probably injure myself right away.
Re-injure it within 10 minutes.
I mean, they always come back. But it is nice while it lasts. So I haven't played any volleyball. I did have just a few of us went out to the casino on Saturday, which was my actual birthday. And I didn't win any money, but I did have a good time. So I'll take it.
There you go.
Yeah, I haven't been doing very much at all. I've been doing a lot of gaming, actually. And I have been back in Ark.
There you go.
Dumping endless hours into that again.
You and Bangle Man.
Yeah, we have been tearing it up. We beat the we went to a new level after that first level that we were at, and we beat the like main alpha boss there. It's like a giant dragon.
Yeah.
Wasn't the first one a dragon?
Yeah. So it's a different dragon.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
This is the one we played on afterwards. It's called Crystal Isles. It's more of like a like not really, like it doesn't have a bunch of like plot to it. The actual level that we went to, like it only had the one boss. Like there's not a lot of. It was more just like for everybody playing the game, here's a new map like with a bunch of cool like scenery and stuff. So we played that and kind of played it out, and we just went to a new map. I think 2 days ago now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's a few bosses on this one. So, yeah, I can dump hours and hours into that game. It's kind of odd. I would have never thought that would be a game that I really liked, but I've been back into that. I did order Squadrons.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Pat
Star Wars
actually,
Squadrons?
Pat actually sent me the a link. Target had it on sale for like $16.99 or something like that, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, pretty
deal.
sweet
So
deal.
Steal.
yeah, and Elizabeth was looking for something to get me for my birthday too, so I just kind of pushed that over. Here it is. So I think I'm supposed to get that on Friday. It's one of those games that I'm not looking I'm not really looking forward to, but really anything like in the Star Wars,
Yeah.
world is, I'll try it out. So I'm gonna try that out, and yeah, I don't have a whole lot of an update, honestly.
That's all right.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to hearing what you think about Star Wars, because I didn't like it. I don't like flying games anyways.
Yeah,
I thought the Star Wars universe would have brought me in, but it's just another flying game to me. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
from
on
what
it.
I hear about it, it's like there's the Star Wars Battlefront, some of the flying stuff in that, it's a little bit kind of similar to that stuff.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because it's not the entire game.
Right,
know,
right. It's only certain things.
Yeah. But a game solely for that just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I'm not 100% sure that I will love it. I was talking to Elizabeth about it, and she gets, she'll get dizzy playing games and stuff like that, So she won't play.
I get it.
Yeah, she won't play games like that too often, especially first person stuff like that. For her is not a big thing. She actually joined a new D&D group, so
All right.
yeah, she is a super nerd.
So how does she do that now? Is it done through Zoom or
Yeah.
online? Do they do
So
it?
they meet every other week. I think it's on Wednesdays. I can never remember the actual day, but yeah, they meet every other week, and they're usually on for. It's been 3 to 4 hours. It seems like lately. So yeah, I hear them all up there just nerding it up.
Nerding out?
Yeah. Now, do you ever listen in? Does she change her voice to talk like?
I don't think
I'm
so.
an orc. What are you doing? Meat's
No.
back on the
I'm trying to-
table, boys.
I'm trying to think of what character she said she was. I can't recall. Her friend that is in it with her is a hobbit. And I thought, what? Why would
Why
somebody
would
be
you
a
choose
hobbit?
a hobbit? That's weak.
I don't understand the
say
draw of D&D for me. I like nerdy things, but that's just not one that's for me. So
Yeah.
she's all fired up about it. Her friend actually, her friend's boyfriend has one of the 3D printers, and he made her a dice tower. So it's a rainbow, like a castle looking tower that she can roll the dice down while she's playing. It's pretty cool. So,
That's neat.
but yeah, she's got all the goods.
If she's interested, you should tell her to check out. It's a show that is on. I think they stream on Twitch, and I think they have other places where they stream it. It's an actual D&D show where it's been this ongoing campaign, they've been doing it for years. It's a show called Critical Role.
Yeah, I knew you were going there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think she would really like that.
That's the most popular one, right?
Yep.
It's got does it have a Troy Baker on there, or
He may have been on there at one point. I
Who are
think
the main
Matthew,
people on that one?
Matthew Mercer is the main guy. He's a voice actor. He's done all sorts of stuff. But Matthew Mercer is the DM. They've had all sorts of different people on that show, different voice actors and things like that. And they really make it, they're voice actors, so they make it interesting. And so, I mean,
Yes, I agree with Mark. I don't like D&D, but I hear that is a great show.
yeah.
I just think that the D&D, if it were I understand the whole idea of it, and I guess the pool for people. If it was all maybe virtual, if it was made all into a video game, I would be more into it. But that's a lot of manual, you You really have to
Yeah.
bring your imagination, and I wasn't born with that.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But
I
other than
could
that,
just,
that's
I could just see you like.
I couldn't even
let's
be a part of it.
Try it out. And they're like, okay, what are you gonna do next, Ronnie? I don't know. I'm just gonna walk.
They'd kick me out after the first night.
I'm gonna take a nap. I'd like to roll the die to take a nap. What happens?
What's that nap power?
You roll
Yeah,
it.
no,
Plus 10 naps right there.
yeah, no, it's not for me. But she's been a part of a couple different ones, I think, before. So she's into it, and yeah, I'm good with that.
cool.
Whatever fires her up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of what fires us up, it's topic time. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's do it.
You shake your head like I'm putting the transition music right there.
I mean, yeah, that's true. You might not.
I'm assuming.
And
You know.
now.
And no, it's like in the middle of it. And
Yeah, like, and now. Close enough.
So it's topic time.
That's right.
Yeah.
I get to
so
choose a
we got-
topic.
Yeah, let's hear
sure
it.
do.
You guys are never going to believe what I brought for you.
No.
Yes, we will.
You will, because I
2.
didn't bring anything.
Peanut.
Yeah. Nothing, part 5.
Not a single thing.
Nothing, part 3. That's what we should call
In
it.
the past, when I haven't brought anything, I've always brought like maybe a little something as a backup. This time, I have absolutely nothing.
Proud of you.
Yeah,
I'm doing that.
I didn't want. I
what-
mean, I didn't.
Is
Want,
that from Community?
I didn't want to disappoint. You know?
Dean, he just looked at me he's like, I'm proud of you. Right now.
Yeah. So the whole time you guys were talking about the Mandalorian, by the way, I'm 2 episodes behind, so I was one of the people. I have no clue what you guys are even talking about.
That's good.
Oh, we were
that's
trying.
okay.
We were skirting around everything.
You guys were. I couldn't have been more confused.
Good.
I have no clue
Well,
what's going to happen.
Then
Yeah,
we
that's-
proved we did it right.
All I
Good-
know is that
good.
I'm going to
I'm
find
glad.
out something in 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, you will. They
And you've
it's-
watched
it's a-
Rebels. You'll be
the
all
most
right.
recent episode is a really, really good fan service type of episode.
That's nice.
and
That's
you're
nice.
gonna like
Yes,
that one. Yeah,
Beautiful.
That whole show is just good, man.
It is.
it is. It really is.
No, I think
This
the last one I
but this
saw
one
was
just
the-
does it better.
The last one I saw was with a spider in the ice cave.
Oh, yeah.
All the spiders or whatever.
Oh my gosh!
Nasty.
Yeah,
Holy
that was the last one I
smokes.
watched. I think that's 2 episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
No,
Man.
thank you.
Speaking of that, Ronnie, we're in the middle of Rebels. We're towards the end of season 2. And there was a point where Zeb, one of the main characters, crashed onto an ice planet, and Mindy and I looked at each other like, "Is this going to be?" It looked just like the cavern in
same
Mandalorian. We
thing.
thought the spiders were going to pop out, and all of a sudden, these big old Triceratop-looking doofus dinosaurs popped out. And we're like, "Those
Bebop
are-
and Rocksteady
yeah,
were
pretty,
there.
yeah, pretty much." I was like, "Those aren't the spiders. We want the ice spiders. Get that crap out of here."
that was like the most terrifying thing, by the way, in that
Oh,
scene.
that
Like, you
was
could
so
talk about the worst
terrifying.
way to go out.
I was like, I was probably one of the few people who was like, just eat the frog. Come on.
Just leave, just leave the
Just
frog to die.
Eat the frog.
Like, just
Sacrifice the frog.
Here it goes.
Feed baby Yoda. I mean, he's going to have meals for a
trip
week.
the frog on the way
after
in.
that. Yeah. So,
So now, what do you guys want to talk about?
mm,
It's open forum here.
open mic night. Have you guys
Open
ever
mic.
done an
Oh.
open mic night?
Like for
I have.
comedy?
Sure have.
Yeah, like, I don't know, karaoke, comedy, talent
I've done
show.
several open mic nights, actually.
Talent show.
Have you? Oh yeah,
Yep.
you're musically gifted also though. That's a little bit weirder for somebody that has no musical talent like myself.
It helps.
But they're all right. I'm going to tell you jokes that I think are funny.
Yeah, my when I was in college, they did open mic nights frequently, and so I would get up there and do either covers or a lot of original material stuff that I would write. So
Nice.
yeah,
Have you done anything like that lately? Or you just play for the
no,
church?
no, yeah, just at church, but haven't been really that many opportunities to do open mic stuff anyway.
That's probably right.
That's
That's probably right.
true. True.
We should do an open mic Zoom night.
I'm sure
Could
that's
do
a thing,
that.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing.
Do people do that?
Mark, how's your church doing with all the whole COVID thing? Because there's a lot of talk about churches getting shut down again and all that stuff.
So we are not quite at that point yet.
Yeah.
But our church, we hadn't been so much cracking down on masks. We're social distancing and all that kind of stuff. But they didn't exactly go around policing the whole mask thing. But my pastor actually pushed this past week. It's going to be mandated here at the church. If you're not on the platform, we need you to be wearing a mask. Because while we're still kind of in a not a high area for COVID, cases are on the rise. And so obviously we would rather not get to that point where we're going back online.
Yeah.
My pastor was really pushing. We're mandating masks from now on.
Yeah, we've mandated masks for our church since we reopened back in June, July. So, and it's fine. I mean, like, if they want to mandate masks, I'm totally okay with it, because with the winter coming and the cold weather and just having to wear a mask is like, it's just an extra layer of being warm.
Face
Don't have to worry about that wind hit you. Chapped lips. You'll never see my chapped lips.
Never again.
Yeah, chapped lips are the worst. That like
It's
this
awful.
cold weather setting in. Like sometimes I'm like, once I realize that I'm like an alligator. Like my lips are so chapped. Like this is unbelievable. And I've had a sneaking suspicion for a while. This is my theory. As a chapstick just makes your lips go chapped.
Right?
So you
become
continually
addicted
need
to 'em.
chapstick. For
They
the rest
do
of your
that
life.
on purpose.
Yep.
They
I'm
put
serious.
some kind of chemical in it, and it's to make your lips more chapped. I was just
It's
going to say
inst-
that. I
it's
thought I was
instant
thinking crazy.
gratification, and then after like 10 minutes, you're like, "Wow, my lips are more chapped than they were before."
Yep.
That reminds me of a Mitch Hedberg joke. Do you guys know who Mitch Hedberg is?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Open mic night right now.
Yep.
Open
do
mic
it.
night.
He
Mitch,
talks about, yeah, whenever I have a cold sore, they told me to put Carmex on it. Well, I put Carmex on it. I don't know if that helps my cold sores, but it sure makes them look real shiny.
I'll tell you what, these chapsticks, like, I would lose a chapstick a week, if not more than that. I've lost 0 chapsticks since this whole pandemic has happened. I still have 2 chapsticks sitting right next to my desk. I have not had to take anywhere. So they're all sitting there.
there you
I
go.
don't know.
That's the secret.
Once
Never leave.
this is over, chapsticks, it's all hell's gonna break loose.
Don't you feel like
It's gonna
when
be
you're
chaos?
Don't you feel like when you're putting chapstick on every time, it's like you're applying lipstick? Like it's just not it feels
It's not a
feminine.
manly
Is there a
thing.
way you
It's
is there a
not-
way you put it on?
Yeah,
Like-
there's no way really, because you like rub your lips together and everything. Like it's just.
Get a little tissue out and dab your
I
lips on.
like to do the bottom lip and then I rub it in. But there's just no
just-
exactly what Patrick's putting on chapstick right now.
For those unable to
Now I'm
watch.
gonna lose that because I put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your lips will be chapped by the end of the show. for sure.
Yeah, by the end of the episode, chapped lips.
No, but you need chapstick because your lips are so bad. But in 10 minutes, you need it worse than you needed it before.
It's true. It creates an addiction, and
It's
you
a
need it.
problem. It is.
Yep.
And then you buy more chapstick because, like you said, Patrick, when you're out and about with chapstick, you lose it. Like you just lose it. I've never made it through a whole stick of chapstick ever.
I don't think
I've never
anyone
made it
has.
through a quarter of a stick.
That's dedication for you to go through an entire thing of chapstick.
That is
Like-
honestly, that's
I'm gonna
persistence.
I'm gonna start putting my chapstick on a chain and just like chain it to
One of
to
those
my
little
belt.
zippy things that just like
Yeah, get one of the just replace my badge that I used to wear and put a chapstick at the end of it.
That's like what janitors have for keys. You're just gonna have
Exactly
like five different types of chapstick.
You got all
It's
the flavors.
Yeah, all the flavors on it. I'm feeling a
strawberries.
little root beer today. Little root beer chapstick.
Flinging it on your fingers around and around and around, like yeah.
I got my chapstick.
No, what I do every single year is I like to have chapstick like in my car, and obviously I don't do that now. I don't drive anywhere, but I always had it in my car and leave it in the center console like throughout the winter. I'd always forget, and it always melted like the first like hot day of the year.
Gross.
It's
Every
really-
single time, I'm like, crap, that's chapstick in there.
You don't even realize it. You throw that chapstick on, it is all over your lips.
Oh man, as soon as you open that,
All over.
So I've had it so bad to where I left it in and I opened it and it just like spilled out onto me. Like it was just a liquid.
Ew.
It was awful.
Oh, goodness gracious.
But that is the worst when you try to put it on your lips and it's really soft and you just clump it right on your face, basically.
Ugh.
That's awful.
Full
Trying
disclosure.
to flick it off like a booger.
Full disclosure. I have used chapstick maybe 5 times in my life. Even when I
You don't want that
lived
addiction.
in the U.S. No,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
exactly why I stopped. Like the few times I used it, I recognized that it was doing something.
It's
that
a
I did not
wormhole.
like. It's a wormhole. And I
money.
was like, no, I will not do it. And Mindy would look at me and be like, just use chapstick. And I'm like, crocodile lips, like you talked about, Ronnie.
You do feel
no,
bad though
I'm
when you
not
go to kiss
doing
your
it.
significant other. If you're like that, you're like, oh, man, I am gross.
Oh, I had to steal some of hers.
a reptile.
And just add a little bit of.
You just wait until she puts it on, and you're like, "Hey,
Yep.
let's get
Hey,
a little kiss
give me
action
some-
in here."
give me
Just
some
like
sh-
right
give me
here,
some
right on the
sugar.
cheek. That's just
Give me some
on the
sugar.
cheek.
Just put on the cheek and then rub it over. Gross.
That's the only way to do it.
I mean, actually, it's kind of like a cat. There's lots of ways. More than
Keep
one
going.
way to skin a cat, you know? More than one way
I got
to...
where you were going
Okay.
with it.
I knew where that was going to. Why is that even a saying?
wait a
I don't
second.
understand. Why is that?
Why is it a cat? I don't know.
Who's
From
ever
the
skinned a
Google
cat?
machine.
I don't know. Apparently, there's more than one way.
You
I
ever
mean,
tried
is
to even
there-
hold on to a cat?
Maybe that's why there's more than one way, because they squirm so much.
I don't know. Elizabeth has to cut her cat's nails all the time. That's indoor because it's not declawed.
She can cut the
And-
nails of a cat. It lets
Yeah.
her.
How does the
She does it like every couple of months.
Wow.
and the cat allows this?
Well, no, I mean the cat doesn't want to be doing it. She like has the cat like flipped up like a baby, like it's like a cat burrito. And
oh
like,
yeah, that's the best way.
yeah, the
for a
cat can
cat
do nothing,
burrito.
but the cat can do nothing but complain.
Doesn't do that like complaining
Yeah, it's
the
just
whole
like
time.
long drawn out meows and
Yeah.
just dissatisfaction.
Yeah.
That's the scariest thing when they grab your hands or whatever, maybe your arm or leg, and they use their hind legs. Those hind legs are the death.
Oh, you mean like the claws?
The death
Oh
of
my
like,
gosh.
The death.
Those claws, like they can just like
Razor blades.
a million miles an hour, just scratch you up with those hind legs.
Yeah. Was it declawed on the front? Is that why you say the hind legs?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, that's for declawed
Because
cats.
the ones on
Yeah,
the front
uh-huh.
are pretty rough too, and they're better at using
we had
those.
declawed cats growing up. Yeah, I would have to wear like a sweatshirt to go because my cats were like mean cats when I was growing up, like absolutely mean cats. So you try to pet them, no, not happening. I have like a memory box, and one of my memory boxes, I was in kindergarten. I had to draw pictures of my life. I have a picture of my cat attacking me while I was sleeping.
Memories. Memories. That sounds like nightmares.
Yeah, I don't like cats.
I mean, cats
I
are
love,
just
I love cats, but I don't like them.
they're just jerks, man. They're just
they are.
jerks.
They are.
If a cat
man.
could text back, it wouldn't.
That is correct.
A dog would text you all day.
But let me tell you, meeting a cat that acts like a dog, love it. Those are
Yeah,
the best cats. They
that's
like
true.
let you rub their tummy, and
We don't have that.
They
Oh my gosh!
have you ever met a
That's
cat
no
that
area.
likes? I know that's usually cats. I hate that if you
That's
rub their
normally
tummy.
a trap. They're gonna lock on.
You would think so.
as
I
you
had
touch their
friends.
stomach.
I had friends that had a cat. His name was Spooky, and they called him Spooky because anytime he heard the slightest sound, he would flee for his life as if a meteorite was hitting the earth, spooked by everything. But that cat would come up to you and just turn over and point his belly at you and be like, "Go ahead, rub away." And we would. We'd rub his tummy, and he loved it. He loved Mindy. And that's the thing that Mindy hates about cats is cats know that she doesn't like them, so they will find her and they will just rub up on her. They will purr. They'll be like, "Come on, pet me.
They know.
We know you
They
hate us.
know. Yep.
Pet us." Yeah.
We don't really have a cat like that. We have a fat, smug, arrogant cat who just gives us dirty looks all day. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
There's an outdoor cat that is always hanging out outside my house, and it's always out there whenever I'm trying to take Cisco out to go to the bathroom, and that thing scares the crap out of it because it's a black cat, And a lot of times when I'm taking the dog
yeah.
out, it's nighttime.
And your dog is the same. And your dog is the same size as a cat.
Yes. And all of a sudden, I'll feel something rub up against my leg. I'm like, what the? I'm like, oh, it's the cat. And the cat, I keep having to like pet the cat or shoo the cat away because the cat will like distract Cisco when he's trying to go to the bathroom. I'm like, leave him alone, dang it. And it's just really frustrating.
He just doesn't want to be on display when he does his business.
Yeah. Don't look at me.
Privacy.
But
Chapstick, cats. What other C words can we talk about tonight?
Crap.
What a surprise.
It only took 1 hour and 11 minutes.
That's that's a record.
It's got to be. Especially for an improv
That is
topic time.
But you still did it.
Yep.
We could continue to talk about it.
Now,
Unless you have something better.
did the name Crap come from a person's name, like John Crapper, or did someone look at the plop and say, "Yeah, that's crap"?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What came first?
That's what when people come up with words, like we have words in our language, like, and people had to come up with these words for it to mean something.
Yeah, some of them
Like,
make sense.
when did that happen?
Like plop
Oh,
makes sense because
This is
it's a
derived
sound.
from Latin. Okay, yeah, but where did they come up with it?
It's a good question.
It's a good question.
The word crap is actually of Middle English origin and predates its application to bodily waste. Its most likely etymological origin is a combination of two older words. The Dutch krappen, to pluck off, cut off, or separate, and the Old French and the Old French crap, sifting waste or rejected matter from the medieval Latin crappa.
Mark fact.
See, there's that Latin right there.
To cut off or pinch off.
And that's yep. And that
Oh, and by the way, Lucas, his name was Thomas.
Thomas Crapper.
Thomas Crapper.
Yes, that's right. Thomas Crapper. My bad. Not John Crapper. I was thinking John just because,
Because the toilet is also called
Yeah.
a John?
Yeah.
That would make so much sense. Like, this
It makes
guy
so
just
much
revolutionized everything, like, in the whole bathroom.
And for you listeners out there, that all came from Mark's memory. He didn't look that up on
He
the
knows
internet
it.
at all.
That's
Not at
That
all.
was a true Mark fact.
Wikipedia right inside my head.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're out of crap talk. Honestly, I don't have a lot left. Now that I don't go out in public,
Oh.
I don't have any bathroom stories.
I'm full of it. We've only just begun.
I had a question about this. So why is it called the restroom? Like, do you go over when you're out, you call it a restroom. When you're home, you call it a bathroom. It's one of those things. Like, it's like an unwritten thing. But why is it called a restroom? You're not going in there and taking a nap. I mean, sometimes you could, but there's no beds in there.
Yeah, but I mean, all of us, when we go, well, other than Mark, like, we get on our phones and we do rest in there.
You do kind of rest, unless you're
When I
really
say
struggling with
rest,
it.
I'm
I mean,
like
if you're
laying-
having a struggler, I mean, there's no resting in there.
But most times you kind of have to relax yourself in order to let things happen.
for some.
Just grab a hold of something.
It's what those
We're gonna
bars
get
are there
through-
for,
we're gonna
right?
do this.
Number 2, work for.
That's right, buddy. We'll get through this together. Now, if I go over to your house and I say, "Can I use your restroom?" I'm going to your bedroom.
Now,
I'm gonna take a nap.
some women's bathrooms have couches and chairs, so they could
you know,
rest.
Why do you want to stay in a bathroom longer than you have to?
You know that
like,
if couches were in the men's room, we probably would just hang out in there.
Oh,
have you been in have you stood outside a men's
Especially
restroom
a
before?
public restroom.
It smells out there.
The restroom at work makes you hate everybody that you work with.
Yeah,
You're like, these people are
100%. Yeah, and then you do the same
They
thing.
do the
following
exact
day.
same thing.
You're about like 3 feet from the bathroom, and you're like, how did that smell come from a human being?
Yeah, what did they
Yep.
eat?
Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing I say to myself too. I'm like, "Oof, I got to give myself a courtesy."
I'll tell you
question."
what, though, if you walk up and the door's closed and you like smell it like a little bit, No, you just pass that up. You don't even open that door.
That's a
There's
no.
a
You're going to the
nightmare
next
waiting
floor.
there for you. If you can smell it outside the door with it closed, it's bad in there. It is bad.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah. So who wants to put a couch in there? Not me.
I'd like to have
I
a
mean-
couch in my own restroom.
Okay, I mean that's all right. If you have enough room in your restroom,
Now,
to
think
put
about
a
it,
couch.
Pat. You go in there and take a crap. Just sit on the couch for another 20 minutes. No kids.
Do it
have
again.
a TV in there.
Yeah,
Put an extra PlayStation
that's
in there.
exactly right.
That doesn't
You have
make
to
any sense.
recuperate after what you just went through.
Sometimes you're like, I can't
Need a
walk out
nap
of here.
after
the
the-
legs are asleep.
Crap was rough. I'm gonna have to take a nap.
A crap nap.
An old crap nap.
I don't. What? That's not a good. That's not a good combination of words.
A crap nap.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take a struggler and you're stressed out.
Struggler. The old struggler.
I mean,
You had to cut it
we've
off.
all been there. You could use a lie down after that. You walk out of there like you've been in a battle.
I don't even know how to proceed.
Just cut it off.
We had a running joke. Speaking of cutting it
Let's just
off,
pinch this off now.
we had a running joke in high school where we would talk about our butt teeth. We would talk about how do you cut it off? And one of my friends is just like, it's your butt teeth. We're like, what?
That's messed
That
up.
sounds like a West Virginia thing.
Oh,
but I
that's
haven't heard one.
totally a West Virginia thing.
Have a good night, everybody.
That's gross.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
But teeth.
That's gross.
I don't think I can Google that image.
I'm not even.
I don't
podcast
think you
graphic.
want
about
to.
that.
I mean, do you really need to Google it?
Yeah, I kind of want to see what happens.
Nope.
Let's see what happens. Want to be in the room where it happens.
All you joiners out there, Google it. Tell us what you see
No.
in written form.
You can text it.
Don't post it.
You can text it to Mark at this phone number. Ready? Write this
Mark
down.
has admin
If
rights. He
you-
will kick you if you send a picture. of it.
I will hate you forever.
Permanent ban.
Yep. Can we please stop it right there?
I mean, is that really where you want to end it?
I feel
It's
pretty
kind
good
of
about
like
it.
ending on the bad news, but okay. If that's what you want to do.
This whole show is
Good
nothing
news.
but crap talk. Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like we're ending normally.
Well, that's all for our Chapstick Cat crap talk. We hope you enjoyed it as much as Mark did not.
I think we need to do that more often. Just like anytime we have nothing to talk about, let's just do like a letter.
Pick a letter and just
Yeah, just
talk.
pick a letter.
That-
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be my last episode of the
You want to do a letter
podcast.
next week? What do we
We can't
want?
wait till we do D when dump is in there.
And P when poop.
We'll figure it out.
Now, can you cover?
Mark took off his
Can
headphones.
you cover? Can you really? Do you think you can cover all the crap talk with every letter of the alphabet?
Probably.
I think
Yes.
that's a challenge we should accept.
100%.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
All right. So that's all for the. I already said that, so I don't have to cover that again.
Beep,
Folks,
beep, beep.
we don't know why you'd want to do that at this point, but please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts,
What's cheese?
Apple Podcrap, Stitch, Plop, and Plop. No, Plop Chaser, Pod Chaser.
Stop it.
All
Stop
right,
it.
I'm done.
Those aren't the real websites.
They are not, but you can figure it out. I've said it for the past 100 episodes. You can go back to a past one if you want to know the real websites.
Rate, review, like, subscribe.
That's right. Help more joiners join us. You can also check out Mark's weekly streams on Saturday nights. GMG got him. Twitch.tv/The Good Morning Guys, where he will be hanging out with old Sackboy. Check out me also on Mondays and Fridays at twitch.tv/Mr. Pastor Ham. Could be in the morning, could be in the afternoon, could be at the noontime during the old lunch when you're having that PB&J at 7030. Call us at 929-GMG Guys. Let your voice be heard. Speaking of what should be heard, Mark, how about that GMG music playlist on Spotify and Apple Music? I can't wait to hear what kind of music goes with what we talked about today.
GMG music play now.
Well, I tell you what's not going to be on that list. Anything to do with crap. Just saying.
All right.
Ain't happening.
Fair enough.
So I have a couple of songs to add to the playlist this week. The first song I'm adding is Reliant K's Chapstick, Chapped Lips, and Things Like Chemistry. Is the name of the song.
I like
yes,
that.
that is the actual name of the song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a bad song title.
But it's a good song. It's a fun song. So you should listen to it. And you can.
I
Because
will.
it's on the playlist now.
All right. Meow.
Right, meow. And the second thing that I'm adding is the Mandalorian theme.
Oh,
That's about time.
Yes.
Boom, boom.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, like I'm watching it on Disney Plus, and it says skip intro.
What?
Do you know how long the intro is? Like 3 seconds. It's like boom, boom, the Mandalorian, and then the scene. It's like, what am I skipping? Why is this an option?
Now when I hear that the da 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 da, I see that cat. That video meme of that cat bobbing his head.
So good.
But yeah.
Don't ever want to skip that.
Never.
Nope. So I hope those songs help you get your good morning on.
All right. Before we sign off, we do have one more list to add to the GMG Video Game Top 100, starting with Ronnie.
I got 2, right? I got 2.
Yeah.
2 of them.
I don't know,
Yes.
how many do we have left? Like this
You
is
should be prepared.
it's getting rough.
Another 8 or so.
Yep.
I haven't played another 8 games.
You better get to work.
All right, so the first one I have is GTA Vice City.
Yes.
Beautiful.
That's the best GTA.
I did love Vice City. That is a period piece. That's perfect. And then Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Beautiful.
Arr, matey. All right, great. Pat?
I'm going to go with The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2.
Nice. Double up. Double feature. Marc Boucher, what do you got?
I'm going to go with Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
All right. That's N64,
Okay,
right?
and
Indeed.
Indeed it
Ooh.
is. Do you have a
okay.
Do you have a second
And what
one?
else?
Oh, do I need to have a second one? I
Yes,
thought I
you
only did the one.
do.
Dang it! Crap.
Oh, plop. All right. So while you're looking up your second one, I'm going to go ahead and just say this, that Horizon Zero Dawn was my pick from last week, even though Mark tried to preemptively steal it without actually saying
I
it.
thought I said it. Apparently
Well,
I
you
did
thought
not,
wrong,
so-
young man.
Yep, I sure did.
That's right. For this week, I'm going to go with XCOM 2, which I mentioned last week. And then, of course, after all the praise I gave it today, Spider-Man Miles Morales is going on the list.
Beautiful.
Yes. All right, Mark, was that long enough, or do I need to?
No, it was not.
And then what I'm going to add next week. Ronnie, what do you think? Are you think you're going to play Squadrons this week and then add it next week? Just,
Pretty good
just play
likelihood. I mean, it's
Just play a game on Game Pass every week and then just add it to the list.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that though.
I know, that's called a plan.
Yeah.
and
I mean, I could say yes, but it'd be a lie.
I appreciate your honesty.
You should appreciate it now because it is not always there.
It's good to know.
I'm just being honest.
Good to know. Just being honest about being dishonest.
I'm being
Half the
honest
time.
about my dishonesty.
All
We're
right,
just
Mark.
we're just trying to give Mark time here.
Yep. Just going on and
Is
on.
the original BioShock on the list?
Nope.
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, the original BioShock.
Okay,
I think I already said that.
No, it's not.
Dang it!
Ronnie doesn't even know what that word means.
No, I don't know what that game is.
Oh, that's it. All right, great. I covered it. Let's still waiting on Mark to give another game. Mark,
We'll
why
have
don't you give a
another
third
one.
game while you're at it? Yeah. Speaking of Mark, next week you are
Hold on a second. Do I need to give another one?
you.
Because I wasn't here last week. I gave one
Oh, yeah. You need to give a third.
Oh, I need to do another one.
You need to give a third
I'm
one
gonna
while we're at it.
Oh, yeah, I do need to do a third one. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with Tiger Woods 2012, The Masters.
Ooh.
Tiger Woods, y'all.
Nice.
Yes.
That game had to be good to get everybody to play it because golf game, you would think, not good at all. That game was fantastic, though.
It was, and I still have it. It's the only golf game I still have. It's beautiful.
All right.
It was the
Very
second
good.
coming of Golden Tee.
So next week we only have to do one, right? One.
Maybe.
Well, things change.
Stop it.
Things change. I don't know.
Half a game. Your
Stop
favorite DLC. All right.
Sweet.
Moving on.
My favorite DLC was Grand Theft Auto's Vice City: The Ballad of Gay Tony. Ronnie, did you play that one?
I did not play that, actually.
Oh my gosh, that's the one you said, Vice City. The only thing I could think of was the downloadable content.
I played so much Vice City, but I did not play that.
had the best music.
I probably didn't play any downloadable content for it,
No.
honestly.
Ronnie doesn't even know what downloadable content is.
Well, that was
There's
from
no chance
Vice
I
City,
would've come
right?
across that on my own.
The Ballad of Gay Tony, was that from Vice City or was that GTA 4?
That was GTA 4. Good try, though.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
Carry on.
All right. As I was saying before, Mark, you're in charge next week. So you will bring the topic and also be ready for us to plop it off the rails.
Yeah.
But we'll do our best
As is tradition.
not to. I mean, we'll do our best. Yeah, we'll do our best not
You
to.
won't. You won't.
I'll try real hard. But it's
Yeah,
it's Patrick,
I
really.
I see you like that meme of that kid in school and his veins popping out of the side of his temple, and he's just trying not to say something. That's you next week.
Yep.
I look forward to it. Not the vein popping, but your topic. I got the thumbs up from Mark. Good to go. Let's do this. Alrighty then, Pat, Mark, and Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends and family and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.
1, 2, 3, 4.